Dinner, candy. Just need like four or five Manhattans, and then we're good.
Good morning. As you can tell, I'm not awake yet, but I'm getting there. It's about 8:30 on a Saturday, and I figured it might be worth it to do a day in the life kind of routine video, because I figured capturing house life or sticks and bricks life, and then capturing van life and what those routines look like might be interesting or helpful. I don't know, just to reflect on, to see how things change. So, I'm gonna get up. I guess we'll see where the day takes me. It's not a work day, but now that I work from home, my days are kind of similar no matter what. So, welcome to a day in the life, I guess. I have to get up. So one thing I don't think we've talked about is that 2 weeks ago today, little Missy tore her left ACL. So van life could potentially be a little bit complicated moving forward. The good news is it doesn't look like she's going to need surgery, because it's improved a lot on its own with medication, massage, passive range of motion, ice, and rest. But we did buy her a ramp to try and help her be more mobile without any jumping, and she hates it and is terrified of it. And so that's made our lives great. It's been wonderful. What do you think? She's like, how dare you talk about this? You mad at Mom? Can't reach me. Hey. Thank you.
Okay. You ready? She's like avoiding it. She's like, no, please don't make me. Please don't make me. Okay, come on, up. Good girl. We're gonna go down the ramp. No! Come on, down the ramp. Good girl.
See what I mean? So there's one family member you haven't seen a ton of yet, and that would be Butters. So he's an indoor-only cat, but he does have access to a screened-in porch 24/7. So he has lots of entertainment and ways to obtain the stimulation he needs while keeping him indoors, because he's a feisty little jerk. So for van life, we already have a plan. We have a built-in leash retractable system, so we can have him nearby but still be outside the van, because he will jump out. He wants to be an outdoor cat even though we don't let him. Hey, can you come here a second? Hi. Trying to show the people you. Oh. He's a stretchy boy. He is one of those cats who can't really stand a lot of petting. He kind of has to pet you. If you pet him, he bites. And he's probably gonna bite me anyway. Just because my hand is here. He's a biter. He's feisty. He's a redhead. First sip of coffee of the day. It's the best thing, right? just savoring. Anyway, okay, so I put a little dry shampoo in, washed my face, and now it is time for some makeup so that I look presentable for the remainder of this video.
Devil, would you give your soul for free? Well then come on, devil, won't you show your soul to me? Look at this moment in place, I'm doing it for the reactions. Someone will laugh in your face, someone will be paying their taxes, yeah. I gotta get back in the pace, I gotta wait for the relaxing, yeah. Why you be napping, yeah, pick up my napkin, yeah. Look at this moment in place, see that I'm open to taste. You couldn't go but a fake, loving the words that he says. See when I'm on your place, too many up in your place.
That's better. I feel like a real person. All right, now it's time to go and get Ziggy all set for the day. And it's raining, so it's gonna be extra fun. Oh, Dampertons, it's time. Ready? Good job, come on. Good girl. Here we go. Ugh, it's so gross out. Look how gray. Reminds me of where I grew up in the wintertime, except it's hot, not cold. Okay, let's find a spot. Come on. Good girl. You're a good girl. Whoa, whoa. You don't have to poop? You sure? All right, we'll come back out in a little bit. So I think I'm going to make myself some toast for breakfast. Maybe put a little peanut butter on it. Or do I want like a bagel? I don't know. This is hard. So this is something that I haven't really talked a ton about or at all, but I think it's probably prudent that we be honest with you and talk with you about some of this stuff now that you're getting to know us, and you know, before we get in the van and things get exponentially more complicated. I am in recovery from an eating disorder, or in treatment. I don't know. I don't know that I would say I'm recovered. But basically, we can get into the ins and outs of my own challenges, my own story, if that interests you at some point. But as of right now, me working to make sure that I properly feed myself, especially on days when I'm flying solo and Jake's not home, can be difficult. So I'm feeling good today. I look good. I got good makeup. And so I'm going to continue that momentum by feeding my body the way it should be. I think I'm going to make a bagel. We actually don't have bagels. We have Bialy. So like, I'm from New York. I should know everything about bagels. I didn't know about these, but Jake found them in the store the other day and we're kind of obsessed. They're kind of like a flatter bagel, kind of like half an English muffin and half a bagel. So anyway, I like my bagels with vegan cream cheese, tomato, onion, dill, black pepper, pinch of salt. So that's what I'm gonna make. Now, another thing to keep in mind, we don't have a toaster. Jake is very averse to having things in the house that serve only one purpose and take up a lot of space. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick this in the microwave for 30 seconds so that I can slice it, because it is frozen. And then I'm turning on the broiler and I'm just gonna stick the Bialy in there to get it nice and toasted for a few minutes. Is it the most efficient way to go about toasting things? Absolutely not, but it's just our deal. It's the way we roll. I'm embarrassed at how disgusting our kitchen is right now. I think cleaning is gonna be on the docket today. This is the cream cheese I've been using lately. I really like it. If you're used to regular cream cheese, this isn't like an entry-level substitute. It's made from cashews and coconut cream. And so it actually has a little bit of a coconut flavor. I noticed it at first when I moved from regular cream cheese to this, but now I don't really taste it so much. It just tastes like a creamy, tangy kind of thing. But just a heads up. finished my breakfast and I'm almost done with my coffee, and now I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with the rest of my day. It's getting grayer and darker. I think it's gonna storm. I actually kind of like rainy days, but I'm dealing with very high anxiety right now. I try to like clean up as I film so that I don't have extraneous files or dead space, and also just to make sure that I don't need to re-record anything, like if there are any problems. And like I was just being super hyper critical in my mind of myself, the way I looked. I'm also criticizing things about my space, like the fact that we still have our Christmas tree up. It's the middle of February. Like it's like I'm just feeling really, really crappy about myself and my space. Yay. So anyway, I think my plan for today is to clean up a little bit in here, and I'll probably just throw my phone on time lapse and just run around and do some cleaning in a little bit. But I think I need to like center myself a little bit first before I do that. Hi. Oh, is it raining? Oh, I know you hate the rain. Yeah. Oh, poor baby. But yeah, it's really fun. I'm struggling today. It's awesome. It's super great. So anyway, I'm going to do some things to try and self-soothe in a healthy way, which is to distract. And then when I inevitably start to feel antsy and like I want to do something, I'm going to get up and I'm going to clean. That's a good way to spend my Saturday, right? Okay, I've been watching some reruns of Modern Family, and now I am going to get up and I'm gonna clean this place because it's a disaster. Afternoon. I have cleaned and cleaned and cleaned and cleaned. One thing that I'm really not gonna miss about Sticks and Bricks life is the cleaning and the amount of work that it requires to keep a house clean. Somebody has decided it's his dinner time, even though it's definitely too early for that. You have to wait. It's not time. It's not time yet. It's too early for you to have dinner. You're cute though. I'm very hungry, suddenly. And that means that I have to figure out something to eat on an empty, hungry stomach. And that's never a good recipe. My brain is telling me, oh, go for something high volume, low density, like a big salad, which honestly does sound good, but I'm also craving meat. I don't eat meat hardly ever. Jake and I are pretty much vegetarian, sometimes pescatarian, mostly plant-based across the board. But if I'm craving meat, it usually means that my body needs it. And I'm trying to do better about listening to my body, what it needs and when it's asking for it. So I'm gonna get in the car and I'm gonna go to our local farmer's market and try and get something balanced and also get some meat. Hey, Vanny. What's up? I'm gonna miss some of the features of this car when we're living in the van. This is a 2018. Vanny is a 2003. There is a difference.
back from the store. I got this for Jake for when he gets home because he's probably gonna be hungry. Sushi, eel, he loves eel. A little dressing, this is balsamic vinegar, Dijon mustard, pinch of salt, pepper, and rosemary. You've been warned. I like my steak pretty raw. So, these are not cooked very much. Okay, here we go. Hitting the spot. Welcome home. Because I cleaned.
Wow, it smells nice in here. Hello, little Katrina. Oh, are you flopping? Are you having a flop? Are you getting a... You have Floppenson's disease?
She's so happy you're home.
Look how slimed I'm getting right now.
Oh yeah.
That smile. Oh, big smile. Look at that. Look at the dimples. Are you seeing that?
Oh yeah. Oh, big smile. Jake just got home. I got sushi for him when I was at the store, which I guess is good. Is that the sound of happiness?
It's gone. It's one of those.
And now we're gonna finish off the meals that we had with some fantastic chocolate that we got from Jake's parents for Valentine's Day. I don't know how many are left at this point. It's been a few
I
days.
want to not look at the label because I want to try and guess what it is.
They're like edible art. They're so beautiful.
You know what'll go really well with that? Was another one. Dinner, candy. Just need like four or five Manhattans, and then we're good. So whenever you put stuff and mix it, it gets diluted. That's what makes it cold. You can't make something cold without diluting it.
Why are you putting the bitters in the glass?
Because I like bitters, and I don't like the bitters to get diluted. I'm not going to show the measurements. I'm just going to do it. All right. Redemption High Rye Bourbon. It's not like my super go-to. I'm just kind of trying it for now because I like High Rye Bourbon boys.
Also, a traditional Manhattan is actually made
With rye.
not with bourbon.
You can do it with bourbon too. I mean, some haters are going to be like, oh, you can do it with bourbon. That's correct, but whatever. High Rye Bourbon, you best of both worlds. Okay. And I like to use a metal chopstick instead of a mixing spoon. Because the mixing spoon's really awkward. It's all swirly because of the cherry action. Okay, now because this is a sweet Manhattan, because I put all that cherry juice and junk in there, I gotta give it a little bit of the Special Boy touch, which is Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, 133.4 proof, 66.7% alcohol. So you're not supposed to drink this near an open flame. It says right on the bottle.
It's just really well balanced. You make a mean Manhattan. Cheers, everyone. If you enjoyed coming along on my weird vlog adventure that had nothing to do with the van, but is trying to commemorate what life is like before the van because it is imminent, please be sure to like, share, subscribe. If you enjoyed, oh my god. Finish the up.
Alright, I'm done.
No, you're not. As soon as I start talking, you're gonna mess with me.
That is true.
Thank you for joining us. If stop.
That was it.
No, it wasn't. If you enjoyed watching me talk about nonsense today, be sure to share, like, subscribe, use the buttons below that YouTube gives you to show your love for us, for Vanny DeVito, for Van Life. Cheers to y'all. We'll see you in the next one. Stay safe and healthy, and yeah, later. Bye.